just okay. Okay. Good evening, guys. Um, Today we are going to talk about our Lifewave rewards plan. I'm going to share my screen right now. Okay, so I hope that everyone can see my screen. Can you see it?
Yes, Jonas.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so this is on the presentation mode right now. Okay, now how to win with Lifewave rewards plan. Today I want to do it slightly differently, but before that, I just want to find out. Okay, there are 17 people right now. So just as a show of okay, those people who I just want an indication, yeah, of who have been with Lifewave for, let's say, 6 months or more. Can you just type in 111? Those people who have been with Lifewave for about 6 months or more. Okay, who else? Okay, 6 months or more. Okay, so how about okay, Bruce, Serene? Yep. Anyone else? Stella. Stella is 1 month. Okay. Um, Okay, so I assume that those people who are 6 months or more have already put it down. Sorry, Studio Globe Works. Who is this? Sorry. Yeah, I prefer to address you by name. Hi, can you unmute yourselves? I see the name here is Studio Globe Works.
Hi, it's me. I'm Rebecca.
Rebecca. Okay. Hi, Rebecca. Good that you can join us.
Hi.
Okay. All right. So those people from 3 to 6 months. How many here? Type 222. Okay, Cha. Okay, 4 months, Christine. Okay. Anybody else besides Christine? 3 to 6 months. Okay. Now, those who are really new, let's say, okay, Stella already mentioned she's 1 month. Okay, Leonie Tan, 222. Okay. Okay, those who are really new, let's say, 1 to 2 months, thereabouts. Okay, you give me a 333. Okay, that's fine, Bruce. Okay, so 333, Stella. Stanley Core. Okay. So who else? Anybody else? Okay. So I think we have everyone here. So the majority of the people here still seem to be the 111s, those 6 months or more, followed by, from what I can see here, 3. Okay. 5 months. Okay. So okay, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to run through this rewards plan, but at each point, I'm going to stop and I'm just going to ask, if there's any questions at all. Okay. So if you have any burning questions, I want to attend to it immediately. Okay. And then towards the end of it, I'm going to still open it for questions in case, the question had not occurred to you right at the beginning, but as we go through the session, all of a sudden the question pops up in your head. Yeah. Now, so the other thing is I'm going to address a few key areas as well in this presentation. Okay, so along the way, what I think to be important that I should want to give my perspective, my observations. I hope that you allow me to do it. Okay. So with this, let's get started. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I really like about this business, and you see this name, Les Brown. So he said this: help others achieve their dreams and you will achieve yours. If you look at the heart of our business, if you look at the heart of the com plan and the business plan, is precisely this. This is a team sport. No one can succeed without playing as a valued team member. Okay. So we cannot work alone. We have to work as a team in order to succeed. We support each other, and I'll tell you what that means, from a complan perspective. So that's the first thing that I want everyone to, to be aware of right from the beginning here, okay? That what we need to do in order to succeed is if we can help our team members, the one below that, the entire team, if they can succeed, we will definitely succeed, yeah? Okay, so to the plan itself, the major differences is we are a hybrid plan. Okay, so it means that we have binary and we have uni level. There are some companies only with the binary. There are other companies only with a uni level plan. But we have two. We have the best of both worlds. Okay, so we are combining the very best. The reason why they put down here 3 features is because there is also the the affiliate plan or the PIB. Okay, now so just to run through very quickly, these are the packages, Lifewave packages in USD. So you can see here, and I hope that everybody is aware that there is a bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Okay, so the bronze is at 125. Everything's in USD, which comes with either one X39 or two classics. So anything that is non-X, and there are only two categories, two classifications here. So it's either an X39, X49, that's the first classification. And the second classification is all other products. So whether we're talking about glutathione, carnosine, Aeon, Energy Enhancer, Ice Wave, so on and so forth. Okay, so those are the classic or the other patches. Silver is at $300. X3, so you have 3 X39 or X49, or a mixture, or 6 classics, and then it comes with the accompanying business volume as well. So gold here, you can see that it's $500 that comes with 5 X39 stroke X49 plus 1 free classic, okay? Or if somebody picks, all classics, then, it's 11 classics that we are talking about, and it comes, with 275 BV. So platinum is 1,000, which comes with 12 X39 or X49, or 24 classics, or a combination of the X's and the others, and it comes with 350 business volume. And right at the top, diamond at 1,600 US dollars is 19 X39, X49 plus 1 free classic, or 39 classics in total. And the big difference between diamond and the rest of them, not only do you get the highest points at 390 BV, you also get to what they call trickle volume. Okay, so for the next 2 months, you are being maintained. So you don't need to maintain your account. You are being maintained with 110 BV for the next 2 months. Okay. The other thing which I want to point out to you is you can see here like silver. Okay, you see a USD $100. Okay, so that's what X39 will cost. Okay.
Excuse me,
Yep.
Jonas.
Yep.
You didn't show the screen.
Huh? No screen?
It's only your face.
Ayo, why is it like that? Okay, hold on.
Oh
Sorry.
no, Jonas, we are seeing the slides. It's okay.
Huh?
Yes, can see.
Okay, Wendy, something is wrong with your screen. Hold on, let me do it again then.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Okay, all right, so can see again, huh? Wendy, can you see it now?
Now can, thanks.
Okay, so the rest, okay also? Joanna?
All good.
Yes, it's good.
Okay. Okay, so what was I saying? Yes. Okay, so you see silver here is USD $100, right? And then you see $91 with gold, $83, and then $82. So this just tells us that when you buy a silver, the X39 costs 100, but it becomes more economical if you buy a gold, because your X39 becomes $91 because you factor in that one free classic. Okay, and then with the platinum, your X39, X49 actually is $83, and with diamond, it's $82. Yeah. So the bigger the package, the better the pricing per pack. Okay. So I think that's clear. And one thing which is also very unique with our system is it is customizable. Okay. So there are many systems out there that when you buy a package, firstly, you cannot choose. Okay. The package is actually fixed. The second thing is you cannot upgrade. So in our system, which is why Lifewave is fantastic, not only do they allow you to customize the type of product that you want, but they also allow you to upgrade, meaning, that if you come in with a bronze, then, you can upgrade to a silver, gold, platinum, diamond. You don't even need to be sequential in upgrading. You can jump, from bronze all the way to diamond, from a silver all the way to a platinum, so on and so forth. Okay. Um, and now, where do you think, is the sweet spot? Now, I want this to be slightly more interactive. So I'm going to ask this question here. Okay. So, okay, so there's a question here from Christine. So let's see whether we can answer this right now. If I buy diamond package on 25th December 2023, that will be till, okay, so it's the diamond package is 14 weeks. So you have to calculate from the day that you join, 14 weeks from there. Okay, so it was December 25th. Okay, to so anyway, Jackie or somebody, can you help me with that question from Christine pertaining, to her situation? Okay. Okay. In terms of expiry dates, it is about 1.5 years, Stella. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to proceed. Now, okay, the question I have for you all is, where do you think is the sweet spot? Okay, so which package do you think, and how do you actually recommend packages to people? Do you all know this answer? Yeah? Yes? No? Okay. So those people, who think they have the answers, okay, you want to put it down in the chat, so later on we'll attend to that. Okay, so this session, like I said, I want it to be slightly different because everyone here, I mean, there are so many of us here who actually are quite senior already, so you have some views, okay, as to what's that, as to how and what, is the package that you would want to recommend to people. Okay, so Serene says gold. Okay, anybody else, want to say anything else? Okay. Now, do we want people to buy just one pack, or do we want them to buy one package? Okay, can you put your answers down? Yeah. So do we actually encounter people who actually say, I just want to buy one pack and not a package? Yeah. How would you actually get somebody, to actually buy the package rather than just buy one pack? Now, yeah. So that it's something that I want to attend, but then we'll probably that question. If somebody can remind me, how do you actually get somebody to buy, whether a silver, gold, platinum, or diamond, or instead, of just buying one pack. Okay, so I will address that question. Okay, somebody is on. Can we mute the person? Thank you. Okay. Now, and then the other question is, should you actually sell diamond? So I want you to just think about this. Yeah. Should you sell diamond? I'm going to continue on. Okay. For the time being. Okay. Stella had a question there, whether we will be flushed. Okay. So there are two areas, two questions related to this one. So some systems, they flush when you put in certain orders more than they allow you. We don't have such a system. Okay. So we can put in any amount of order. There is no flushing. Okay. But there is flushing if you are inactive, as Jackie pointed out. So everybody, please pay attention to this. And also, if you are inactive, from an activity perspective. So I will run through that when we reach the binary side of it. Okay, so a little bit of patience on there on this front. Okay, so the next slide I want to share with you. Okay, so this is the PIB, product introduction bonus. Some people call it a referral commission. Some people call it something that's based on, what's the word, affiliate. Okay, now we actually have the best, as you can see here, the highest reward in the industry. of 31.25% for purchases made by new team members for the diamond, okay? And just to show you here, all right? So if you're already a member and you have a bronze who joins you, you get paid US $15. A silver who joins you, that means you personally sponsor that person, you're paid $50. And then, you know, if it's gold, you get paid 100, which is already 20%. Okay. And then when it's platinum, it's 150 and 200. And for diamond, you know, you get paid 200. So you can see below here, okay, sponsor must be a senior director or above or within 14 weeks of upgrading to a diamond kit for this extra bonus of 300 and 500. Okay, so that means that let's say if I am a new person and I join, you know, as a diamond, and I bring in as a diamond 1 week later, which is still within the 14 weeks, I actually earn $500. Okay. And then if I'm a new diamond within the 14 weeks and I bring in somebody who joins, who might sponsor, you know, a platinum, I earn $300. So you can see, you know, that if you're earning this kind of money, 500 and 300, 31.25%, 30%. Okay. One other reason why, okay, ranking up to senior director is so important because, you know, somebody asked me this question and say, hey, why, there's this time limit here. Only 14 weeks, you know, as a diamond, then I get to enjoy like a senior director. Well, my answer to that is that, frankly, the company actually does not even have to do this, right? They can just say, you know, that you join as a diamond, you know, then if you bring in a diamond, you get paid just $200, right? But the company is treating you, that new person who joins, you know, that as a diamond within that 14 weeks and treating you, you know, as a senior director. So that means that if you want to continue to earn that $500 every time somebody joins you as a diamond, then it makes a lot of sense, right, for us to rank up, you know, to be a senior director. And I'm talking as a paid as senior director, where every time somebody joins you as a diamond, you get paid 500. Every time somebody joins you as a platinum, no time limit whatsoever, you get paid $300. Yeah. So that's very significant. I hope, you know, you agree with me as well. Okay, so the second binary bonus here is the second bonus, you know, is the binary bonus. Now, you know, there's actually four, but I prefer to focus on the three. That first one actually is retail. Retail profits, I think it's very obvious and no need to explain so much, right? You know, you buy at a certain price, you sell at a higher price, you earn a margin, that's a retail profit, okay? So I'm just focusing on three right now, PIB being one, and then second one is this binary bonus, okay? So as the name suggests, binary means, you know, that it's when you have a left and you have a right, okay? So in this case, you know, you earn money based on points. So if you recall, okay, where's the points? Okay, sorry, let me just move here. Okay, so you can see from here, right? Like silver earns you 165 points. So if somebody joins you as a silver, you earn 165 points. If somebody joins you as a gold, you earn 275 business volume, okay? So this is only when somebody joins you, you earn the points, okay? Yeah. So coming to this, just remember, you know, that silver gives you 165. So how we actually earn the binary here is when we have 660 BV on one side, it could be the left or the right, and 330 BV on the other side, it could be the left or the right again. Then the company will pay you $50. Okay. So how do you get this 330? If you recall just now, silver, how many points do you earn? You earn 165, right? So 165 times 2 is 330, correct? Yeah. So that means that if you have two silvers on one side of it, it adds up to 330. If you have then four silvers on the other side, just talking about silvers, you add to 660. Okay. So it means, you know, that whenever you achieve the 660 and the 330, the company pays you $50 and they will take away the 660 points from one side and 330 points from the other side. Okay. Clear? I hope so. Okay. So if it's not clear whatsoever, any other questions in relation to this, I want to clear it as soon as I can. Okay. So put your questions on the chat and we'll attend to it as soon as we can. Okay. Now, no levels, 100% volume rollout. So the beauty of this, like I said, it's all about teamwork here. So whenever we place somebody in one of our legs, regardless, of how deep that person is, everyone, above that person earns those points. Okay. So there's 100% of that volume roll up, meaning that, if somebody joins as a silver, let's say, at the 20th level, from the 19th to the first level, everybody will earn that 165 points individually. Okay. If it is on that leg. Okay. So now the other thing which I want to, some people seem to be confused with this one. Two key terms for us to pay attention to. One is the term PS, or personally sponsored. Okay. So this is denoted by this red that
Cannot
you
go
see
under
there.
my coffee table too much. 就是很多地方它不能下到啊，
Okay, somebody needs to be on mute.
它
mute.
只能 40 degrees 而已，所以最少就是40 degrees。
Thank you. Okay, so personally sponsored, okay, is different from placement. Yeah. So you see from this chart here. So when you see this red heart, it means that let's say if the green is you, yeah. So you will see on your binary tree viewer that if there is a red heart, that means you have personally sponsored the person. And if you see like this number 5 here, yeah, this person who is in your leg on the right leg, okay, but there's no heart. Okay, it means that this person is placed by somebody else on that leg. So what is the key difference here is this, when you personally sponsor somebody, this is where you enjoy the PIB. So if somebody is placing on your leg, like number 5, there is no PIB for you to earn, because that person who placed it down there at number 5 is the one who earned the PIB. Okay. And then personally sponsored, you earn the binary comms, and you earn also the matching comms. Okay, so that is the third bonus that I will talk about in a little while. So when you personally sponsor somebody, you earn all 3 bonus. When somebody places, like number 5, under your tree where you don't see the heart, you enjoy the business volume, but you do not enjoy the PIB. You do not enjoy the matching bonus. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So this few points here, just now I went to number 2 already, right? 100% volume roll up. Now, the third point, remaining active. Okay, Stella, just now you asked that question. Will there be flushing? Okay. So, if you are inactive, all the points are gone. So if you want to call that flushing, yeah, then that's flushing. Okay. But at the same time, as long as you are active, if one day you decide to put, all of a sudden bumper crop, you sponsor 100 people, there is no limit. Even if you sponsor 1,000 people in a day, there is no limit whatsoever. You will not be flushed. Okay. Now, 52 weeks volume carry over. So what this means is that, let's say 1st January 2024, you earn 1 point. Okay. But this 1 point, this same point, there's no activity whatsoever. So this 1 point, the same point from 1st January 2024 can only be carried forward until 52 weeks. That means, by the 31st December 2024, by the 1st of January 2025, that volume, that 1 point will disappear. Okay, so again, if you want to call it flushing, then yes, that is flushing. Yeah, so you have a 52 weeks window to ensure that you have activity to use up that point. Okay, now Stella, you have another question here. Active means every month. Bite yourself. Inactive, only 1 time purchase. No, so active means yes, we need to maintain. Now I will talk about the maintenance, but you are right. We need, in order for us to be active every month, all we need is actually, let's say, if you are not a manager, then you just need to buy 1 pack, which gives you that 55 PV, which is personal volume. Then you are active for that month. Okay. Okay, I'm going to move on. Okay, now some people also ask me the question, how to place. Okay, should I place, all on my left, all on my right? Should I place my family together? Should I just place, all on one side first? Should I place, first on the left and then the right and then the left and then the right again? Okay. Now, for those of us who have been here longer, I think, we've heard of a few methods already. So I just want to address some of these things now. Yeah, that there is actually no right or wrong. Okay, it is really what makes sense for us to consider when doing the placement. In other words, okay, we need to have a goal. What are we trying to achieve? And then after that, what are we trying to build? Okay, so there is this concept called clustering. Okay, one thing to watch out for here is that we do not want to create unnecessary conflict, yeah, or unhealthy competition. So what I mean by this is, like for instance, you play golf, okay, so you manage to find somebody, one of your golfing kakis to join you, and then the golfing kakis are mostly will know each other one, huh? And then after that, you speak to another person, another one of your golfing kakis, and then the person says wants to join you. So where do you place? So through experience, we've observed that it makes more sense. Let's say you have all these golfing kakis together, you put together. So you may be the one sponsoring them, sponsoring each one of them, but you cluster it together so that one person earns from another. So it seems like, they are in one team and they can work together actually better, as opposed, to having two or three golfing kakis on your right hand side, and then in that same group of golfing kakis, you have another two or three people, on your left side. So all of a sudden, it may seem like, they're competing against each other. They don't need to cooperate with each other because, they don't benefit. Yeah. At least, those on the left don't benefit from the right. Those on the right don't benefit on the left. Okay. Understand? I hope so. So I'm going to move on. Now, one other reality is this. While we want to say, okay, this person is going to be fantastic. So we are so confident that the person is going to be a business builder, and therefore we need to put at a certain leg. Okay. I'm just sharing from experience, so feel free to disagree. Yeah. But I don't know whether you've encountered this before. People whom I brought in, whom I registered, and the person was very keen to do the business, all of a sudden, didn't want to do the business. Yeah, very, very quickly somehow. Those people whom I did not expect to do the business, all of a sudden became champions, became fantastic business builders. So if you have experienced that before, maybe you want to type in 111 in the chat group, yeah, because that's what I encountered. So sometimes it is very difficult for us to really be like, fortune teller, because there's so many things that can happen. Yeah. So Jackie says, yes, anybody had that experience? Okay. Now, so what I'm not saying here is that you don't target the people. Okay. But I'm saying, that while we can target people, we do not put all our eggs in one basket also. Okay, so we always go into conversations and them joining. We want to welcome them with open arms. While we don't want to prejudge that, so that's a very important question. But at the same time, we don't want to also conclude so quickly. Okay, so at the end of the day, it's if the timing is right, if the product is right, if everything is right for the person runs with it, well and good. Yeah, then you will see the result. If not, frankly, it should be okay as well. Yeah, because we don't have a what do you call it, a crystal ball, in front of us. Okay. Now the other thing is this. Now sometimes we want to place at a particular and want to build because we have brought in somebody, and then we say we're going to put you on this. Like, don't worry, I'm going to help you to build. Okay. Now, if we don't honor that word of ours, then there's a very good chance the person will say, hey, you told me, that you're going to put going to place people under me, not for that, not putting this person as a sponsor, but placing persons under him or her. If we don't do that, then we run the risk of actually losing this person also, right? So our word is our honor. Whatever we say that we will help that person, we should want to try our best to ensure that we honor those words. Okay. Now, there are different methods because there are some leaders who say, oh, you only stack one side first. Okay, so you build, until it's so deep, and then after that, you go to the other leg. There's other leaders, who say, no, you build maybe 3 deep, 4 deep, 5 deep, and then after that, you start on the other leg. Some would just say, that you build left, you build right, and then left, right, left, right, left, right, like this. There are different methods, okay? But all lead to the fact that we need to look after 2 legs, right? So we don't just assume, that it's just one leg that we're going to look after. We have to be prepared right at the beginning that we need to look after this because it is our business and that's how we make money, okay? Now, not advisable to place on the inside leg of a BP. I want to address this because right now, not so many people, but then in the past, there were people who say, oh, I want to help this person, I want to help that person, so I'm going to place it on the inside leg. Now, I myself, I have helped, okay, but I've helped my wife. But beyond that, I've not helped anybody else, okay? So it was with a very deliberate objective, that I helped her to build, both sides, okay? But in many other cases, we have to be very careful, and that's why I put down here, that it may not be advisable to place it on the inside leg, of a BP, meaning, that we are helping the person to build because we also create expectations. And before you know it, if you do too much of it and then you stop doing this, that person may come up to you and say, hey, what is this, man? You were helping me to build and right now you stop helping me. I'm not making money and I don't want to continue with this business. Okay. What we want to do is to be able to equip, to be able to provide, as many tools, as much help and support as we can for that person to be able to build. Okay. Any questions on that? Yeah, no, okay, so let me continue. So still on the binary aspect of it, now we come to the area of ranking, or rank recognition, okay? So this, if you're seeing this for the first time, the bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, don't mistaken, those are not ranks, okay? Those are enrollment kits. So if you join as a diamond, you're not ranked as a diamond, okay? So you just join as a diamond, period, okay? Ranking only starts here. So it starts with no rank, then manager, director, senior director, executive director, presidential director, senior presidential director. So what is the significance of this? You will see here, okay, the numbers like 100, 1,005, 2,005, 3,005, 7,005, all the way to 25,000. The significance is the amount of binary commissions that you can earn in a particular week as a ceiling, okay? So if you have no rank whatsoever, then you are limited to $100. That's 2 cycles. So if you recall, I mentioned just now, if you have 660 on one leg and 330 on the other leg, the company pays you $50. So when you have, the 660, 330, and you're paid 50, that's considered 1 cycle. Okay. So as a no rank, you only are paid up till 2 of those cycles. Okay. And for that week, it will stop. Now, if you're earning that $200-300, don't worry, the company is not so unfair to take that away from you. They defer that payment, okay, to the next week. But imagine this, if every week you're earning $200, $300, you always will have, payments deferred until such a time, 52 weeks, after which it cannot defer anymore, okay? So might as well become a manager because as a manager, your cap, okay, is raised from 100 to 1,005. So if you're looking at 1,005 maximum, that you're hitting every week, you're already earning US $6,000. Okay, so as a director, you know, it goes up to 2005. Now, so how do you become a manager? How do you become a director? Okay, later on, you know, I'll go through, you know, it's just so simple. In fact, you know, everyone we encourage, if you are keen on the business, please, you must be at least a manager, right? And the ranking up is actually a very critical component, and I'll tell you why in a little while. Okay, now as you can see here, manager, so easy again, because you know all you need to do here is, you know, to be active, you know, at 110 PV, and then to have 2 active personally sponsored silvers on each leg. Yeah. And then you are already a manager. And then as a director, again, very simple, same 110 PV that you need to maintain every month to be active. And then, you know, you just need 3 active personally sponsored silvers on each leg. Okay. And out of the 3, 1 personally sponsored paid as manager on each leg as well. Okay. And then your cap, you know, could be as high as 10,000 a month. And this is only for binary, by the way. It does not include PIB. It does not include the third bonus, you know, which I'll come to in a little while. Okay, so this is only limited, you know, to your binary earnings. Okay. Okay, so senior director, when it comes to senior director and above, it's what I just described, you know, the active 110 PV, the 3 active PS, plus, you know, the 2 personally sponsored paid as directors. And then that's where the volume kicks in. So if you look at the volume here, 10,000 GVC, group volume contribution. That means in your entire group itself, you need, you know, to chalk up the 10,000. And then plus you have the 2 directors, which don't need to be on the same side, by the way, you know, it can be on one leg. And then plus, you know, that the active people, the 2, 3 active, you know, personally sponsored silvers, plus the 110 PV. And then, you know, you will rank up to senior director. And then the points, you know, change from there. From 10,000 GVC, if you want to go up to executive director, you need 50,000. As a PD, you need 100,000. As a senior PD, you need 200,000 GVC. Okay. Any questions? Yeah. Now, for those who are hearing this the first 2 times, this may sound like a lot. Okay. But don't worry. Yeah, I'm not the fastest learner myself. But frankly speaking, when it came to this area of comp plan, it took me maybe about 2-3 months to actually really understand the essence of it. But even then, you know, I would say maybe I understand about 95%. Yeah, because there are certain aspects, especially at the higher ups, you know, which, you know, I'm still checking to ensure, you know, that I fully understand it. Yeah. Okay, so let's be forgiving to ourselves. If we don't understand, it's fine. Yeah, we need to probably go through this presentation, and you know, if you can sit through the live presentation, which is done in the office, mostly by Lawrence Chan, our SPD, and then you know there are just so many YouTube support as well that you can get from Team Sinaran in Malaysia. Ronald Lee, he has put up some videos which are superb, and I think even Guan Chun, you know, has put up videos on the compensation system in Mandarin. Okay, so we come to the third area here, which is the matching bonus. So we already went through PIB, so I hope that is clear. Okay, we have gone through right now the binary bonus commissions, commissions. I hope that's clear as well. And then the matching bonus. Now, the matching bonus is only applicable to those people who are manager and above, okay? And hence, again, the importance here of being at least a manager, paid as manager, because straight away, this is open up to you. Now, this is really where the money is in the long term, okay? At the beginning, most people will earn money with a PIB. In the midterm, most people will earn money in the in the binary bonus commission side. Yeah, but then if you want to earn really obscene money, matching bonus is where it is. Okay, so let's go through it. So if you look at the first level, okay, now I changed the word, you know, from level to generation, and I'll tell you why in a while. So if you are a paid as manager, yeah, straight away when your downline, the person whom you brought in earns a commission, you get 25% of that already. Okay. And then if that person brings in another person and the second person earns a binary commission, that will be your second generation. Okay. So you bring in the first generation, that first generation brings in another person, it is still within your generation, it's your second generation. And then you can be paid, up to 20%, you'll be paid 20% as long as you satisfy the conditions of minimum 6 cycles in paid commissions weekly. So meaning that one cycle is $50, right? So 6 cycles means you're earning $300 in binary commission. When that happens, then the second generation opens up to you. Okay. So until such time, so if you're earning like $200, $250, you will only see the first generation commissions, matching bonus commissions, being paid to you, the 25%. And then, when you hit $300, you will see all of a sudden, the twos, start.
Weather is so hot.
Yeah. Okay. And then you have, the third generation. So again, you don't have to bring the person in, right? The third generation, because the second generation who brings in, that person, that third person, okay, that third generation, again, with conditions of meeting 10 cycles, meaning that you're earning about $500. We're talking about weekly, yeah? And then you have, that 3 active personally sponsored silver on each leg, and one of those earning at level 2 or generation 2 matching, then the third, this third generation payments of another 20% will be open to you, okay? Now, some people would say, hey, there are companies, out there, they are paying up to 7 generations, 8 generations, even 10 generations. But I encourage you to look deeper. Most companies that I know that pay that 7, 8, 9, 10 generations, firstly, it is not easy to get, that 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Secondly, if you want to compare apple to apple, the first 3 levels are probably only pay you 20%, 30%. If you look at our first 3 levels here, the first 3 levels already pay you 65%. Okay. So isn't that wonderful? Yeah. 3 levels is all you need
Wonderful,
to do.
amazing. It's so amazing.
It's called amazing. Okay. Yeah. But those people who understand will really appreciate this. Yeah. That you get a chance to earn an additional 65% unlimited. Okay. Yeah. The moment you satisfy these conditions. Okay. Now, why is it so important? Okay, wait, let me go through this one first. Why I call it generation. Okay. So first gen, there's no limit. You can, like Jin Long, his first generation. Anybody remember how many people, he sponsored? I think it was, last count was like 1,500. Yeah. So 1,500 people was who he sponsored, personally sponsored. Imagine this, okay? That even if it was only 10% of them who are earning a binary, he gets 25% already. Yeah. And even that 10%, let's say 5%, 50% of that 10%, okay, bring in a second generation, he's earning 20%. Okay. And so on and so forth. Okay. And all he needs to do is to be qualified as a paid desk manager and above. So you don't stop, as a paid desk manager. Remain active. And of course, when it comes to the second and third generation, there are the other conditions to also factor in. Okay. Now, again, why generation? Because your first generation, that is not the same as level. Yeah. So if you look here, your first generation in green, okay, your first generation can appear as your first person. It can appear as your second. It can appear as your third. If you look at the green, that means your first generation can appear on the 100th position, 1,000th position. As long as you personally sponsor, that is your first generation. Okay. And 1 year down the road, if that person appears, on your 1,000th level, and that person brings in another person, who earns a binary, then that is your second generation. Okay. Okay. So I hope you're clear. Okay. Now, unlimited matching bonus. Some people would still debate to say, no, so So difficult. Okay, so let me give you a scenario here. Let's say first generation here and second and third, each one just earn $100. Yeah. So each earns $100 in binary. So what you do, what you have here is you have five, okay, each one earning $100. Okay, so you get 2,000 and you get 25%. Yeah. So that's only $500. Quite modest, yeah. But again, bearing in mind that each one just earns that $100. And if each one of them bring in also five, okay, you already earn 2,000 here, and each of those 25 bring in five, you're earning 10,000. All in is 12,005. Okay, so just as an illustration. Now, what if your first generation, instead of each one of them earning 100, they're earning 1,000, and you're getting 25%. So what would you get? You actually get 5,000, right? And likewise, if those five bring in 25, and each one of them earn 1,000, you're getting 20% of that. So it's already 20,000. Okay. Third level becomes obscene, 100,000. It's already 125,000. Yeah. Okay. Now, I took picture with this guy. Okay. Ichikawa-san. Have you heard this name before? Anyone heard? If you have heard, give me a 222. Yeah. Ichikawa-san. No? First time? Okay, that's fine. Okay, Ichikawa-san is the #1 Lifewave distributor in Japan. He was the one who started Japan about 5 years ago in 2019. Okay, and now if you recall, okay, sorry, so let me just say this, he is, when he came to Singapore last year, so we asked him a lot of questions, including the sensitive questions, yeah. He, by the way, is in the top 5 of earners in Lifewave globally, top 5. Okay, he earns about USD $1 million per month. Okay, so is that a wow or is that not a wow? You guys don't seem impressed with $1 million per month. Okay, now if you recall just now, binary, there's a cap, right? 25,000. So you're capped at 100,000. Yeah, per month, which is already, well, if any one of us here are earning 100,000 USD a month, that's already considered more than a CEO's money. In fact, that's like a global CEO's money already. Yeah. So how in the world, does he earn $1 million? Well, the answer is this: he earns 100,000 per month from his binary, but he's earning 900,000 per month from his matching bonus. So that is how powerful the matching bonus is. And all we need to do is just to apply some key principles here. Number 1, to be consistent, okay, with our sharing. Number 2, to be disciplined. Number 3, to be focused in what we are doing, okay? And then that's what he does. We can get there, even if we don't get there, even if we get to say 10% of where he is right now. Is it such a bad thing? No, right? Okay. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about ranking up some more. Now, ranking up is critical. Yeah, it is critical. Why? Okay. So let me ask you. So when you want to earn more money, when you were in a job that time, do you get promoted, or can you, if you started, as an executive assistant, you can earn so much more money just by working, for the next 20 years as an executive assistant? Can or not? Yeah, you need to be promoted, right? Okay, so it's the same here, all right? Secondly, have you heard of this? Yeah. When, let's say, imagine that you're in a job again. So when you're in a job, you get promoted to manager, but you say, I want to only still do, an executive assistant job. I don't want to be in charge of people. Yeah, got such a job or not, where they pay you a manager salary or a director salary, but you don't have the extra responsibilities. No, right? Okay. So this is where, you want to earn extra money. I want to earn extra money. So we need to learn how to be, leaders ourselves. So by learning and learning well, that's where we can increase our earnings. Okay. And besides that, we become also a better person professionally and personally when we learn. And I tell you, it is so important, the personal development. This guy called Jim Rohn, who is one of the gurus of even the likes of what's the guy's name? The one who wrote The Power, Awaken the Giant Within. Yeah, okay. I forget his name suddenly. Yeah. But he was the mentor, to a lot of these people, like T. Harv Eker, Tim Robbins. Yeah, that's the name. So he said that you should actually, Anthony Robbins, correct. So you should actually want to invest more in your personal development than in your job. Because when you invest more in your personal development, become a better person professionally and personally, everything else will follow. Okay. And it's very true. The one who stands on the stage with a mouse or with a clicker actually earns the most money. Why? Because when you're standing up there, you need so much more knowledge, right? You need to be better prepared. Yeah, you probably, would have achieved something as well for you to be able to stand up on stage to actually command presence there. Yeah, command, and in whatever you're saying. Okay. And also, when you are developing your team, this is what your team also expects of you. Okay. We cannot run from this. So I just want to be extremely, extremely frank about this. So how does one become a manager? Now, I mentioned already just now, I'll reiterate again. It is just so simple. Okay. All you need is the 2 silver active, personally sponsored silver, personally sponsored, not placed by somebody else, on your left, and 2 personally sponsored on your right. And then you are a gold and you're maintaining at 110 PV, straight away, you are already a manager. Okay, easy, right? And then to be a director, to reiterate again, all you need is that 3 on your left and 3 on your right. Okay. And 1 on each leg needs to be a manager. So if you look here at this chart alone, how many people do you need in your organization? Minimally, okay, for you to become a director, you need 6 personnel, after which it's another 8 from each of the managers, okay, 4 and 4, okay, 6, 10, so you only need 14, right? And then to be a senior director, okay, all you need again is that same 6, of which 2 of them are directors, don't necessarily even to be on the same side, on the same leg, it can be on different legs, okay? And then when they become directors and each of them have 2 managers and each of the manager have that 4 active silvers in their left and right leg, you already can qualify as a senior director, okay? Of course, then this is where the points come in, that 10,000 BV comes in. But when you have that volume, you will be able to generate, but it has to be consistent volume. Right. Okay. Now the question, I'm showing this because this actually came from Lawrence Chan. So he has this scheme called 375. Yeah. And essentially our scheme is unique because when we upgrade, so this is a case of somebody joining, maybe a bronze or silver, and the person upgrades. Don't forget that when the person upgrades, he just pays the balance. He gets the balance, products. And then you as the sponsor actually get paid also the balance, okay, PIB. Because, let's say silver, the person join you, you get paid $50. When person upgrades, yeah, you are paid actually the $50 balance, okay? And then there's only one chance to upgrade to a diamond. And when somebody actually is using the product, and the person is happy with the product, you want to encourage this, that the person upgrades until he or she cannot upgrade, meaning that, he or she has already hit diamond, okay? So in a way, it's almost like an installment plan. It already helps you because that person is maintaining his or her account every single month. So it means also that if that person is earning points, that person is keeping his or her points, okay? All right. So this is just the corresponding, and it makes sense, right? Because when a person upgrades, the products that he or she gets from an upgrade is actually cheaper than just buying individual sleeves. Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about maintenance package. Yeah. Um, so this is actually the second route after. Okay. Now, so most of the time they'll say, that you do an upgrade first and then you do the maintenance package. But I suppose, we can be a little bit flexible with that. But the upgrade route is good for us because if we are sponsoring that person, we actually earn the difference already. Yeah. So let's assume that the person has already upgraded to diamond. So there's no other higher plan that the person can upgrade to. So in order to get more affordable or reasonable products, then the maintenance kit is the way to go. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about this maintenance kit. Now, this is in the back office. So you can find a maintenance, dynamic maintenance kit, 1, 2, and then followed by, there's one, right now incorporating X39, X49, and then you have the X39 maintenance pack 2, pack 3, which right now allows you to choose X49 as well. So you can see here, that the price point per pack is also lower than if you just buy individual packs as a member at a member price. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about maintenance here and the importance of maintenance. Okay, so now this is my viewpoint. Okay, so feel free. If you disagree, I'm fine with that. Okay, but what I find is this: people say, no, I don't want to. I want to make money, but I don't want to spend any money in order to make money. Yeah, I call that a myth. Okay, now there are companies out there that say you don't need to maintain it. You don't need at all. My experience with a few of these companies is that it is absolutely rubbish. Yeah. In one way or another, you will be spending money. Yeah. They don't call it maintenance, but you will be spending money. And more often than not, you'll be spending even more money. Okay. As compared, to Lifewave. Okay, it is a business investment. Imagine this, yeah. In any role, you say, no. Again, I want to make money with no money. Okay, let's say real estate agent. Yeah, I don't need to do anything. I can just get clients. I don't need to go and advertise. I don't need to do anything. From an insurance perspective, I don't need to invest in my training. I don't need to invest in personal development. I don't need to buy coffee, tea, buy lunch, buy whatever for people. No need at all. Okay. It doesn't happen, right? Even, from a corporate perspective, what is the investment here? It's an investment of time, okay? That's where, they squeeze, that 10 hours, 12 hours from you. Time is still money, yeah? So in one way or the other, okay, making money with no money doesn't exist. Okay, avoid loss. Now, I've already had 2 or 3 situations where that BP was very adamant, okay? So there was one person with me for almost 1.5 years already, but the person was very adamant to say, no, it's okay. I will just buy every month. Don't worry, I will remember one. Yeah. And buying, at $10, $20 more expensive, I'm okay with that too. Yeah. Guess what? Okay. Recently, the person forgot for 1 month and lost 200,000 points. And that's not the first person. In fact, there's 3 within my direct umbrella, who have lost anywhere between 50,000 to 200,000 points. Yeah. Yeah, to me, it is very painful because that is money. Okay. Okay. And then those who have accumulated BV, yes, they should maintain, right? Yeah. It makes sense, if they are using the product that they want to maintain because you want to help them to buy at the most economical rate per pack. Right. And those who are serious in building a business, my God, if you are serious in building a business, then please maintain. Why? Because then if you maintain and you are encouraging your people to maintain, you will be earning more consistent income. Okay. And then when you are putting that culture, you're nurturing the culture of maintaining, you're actually helping your people earn more and earning consistently as well. Make sense? Okay. Any inputs there? Okay. Any comments? Anyone want to say anything? Okay. Okay. So like I said, like, I'm sharing all these things because I'm sharing directly from my experience, from my observations, from my thoughts, from my journey right now, 1.5 years, and seeing the money, that I'm earning right now. I mean, we're not allowed um, to share, our income, and that's very clear from a Lifewave, especially, from a senior management perspective. But I can tell you this, yeah, even though this is recorded, but I'll just say this, that when I first spent my first 6 months building this business, okay, I really, went to the ground and did a lot of work, yeah. But you know what? That 6 months of income that I earned is not even comparable to my first month of income this year. Yeah. So there's a lot of hard work, and part of it is because of this maintenance. So even the slowest month, yeah, like Christmas, for instance, my God, everybody was on holiday, nobody you talk to at all. New Year, nobody wants to talk about money. Yeah, it's taboo. Okay, I'm still earning quite decent money. Okay. Now, part of the reason why you will continue to earn very good money, and especially if you are ranking up, and especially if you're at senior director, paid as rank and above, when you have a big enough team, there will be people who want to do an upgrade, right? But the sponsor, if he or she is not at a diamond or not a senior director, and the person below the downline, is actually upgrading, then chances are that sponsor will not earn the full uh, commission, right? It goes up, to a higher ranked person, yeah. And more often than not, during times like this, I see additional money coming to me. I don't even know from who, okay? But that is the privilege of having built and conscientiously and consistently built. And what I've built right now, is something that can be done by anyone. It doesn't mean, that only Jonas can do this, okay? Um, okay, and then we have to be conscientious with one thing, that ours is not a magical pill, okay? That when we talk about somebody benefiting from this, it takes time. So and we should be encouraging people to use our product for a longer period of time. So that's where the maintenance comes in as well, right? Okay, so intentions is really up to you. Okay, as you can read here, success starts by being intentional. So what do we mean, or what do I mean by intentional? Yeah. First thing is this. Why Lifewave? Okay, so firstly, wait, before I do that, why Lifewave? Are we clear why Lifewave? Okay, for me, I'm very clear. Yeah. My why is because I want to really help as many people as I can. I really enjoy, and I tell you, it is priceless. Okay, right now it is so invaluable. Whenever I pet somebody and that person from that pain, from that sometimes very crippling and excruciating type of discomfort, all of a sudden it is being relieved. And then in the slightly longer term, the medium term to the longer term, when the person feels even better, able to get back, a semblance of life, a good quality of life, I tell you that is priceless. Okay, so I do this primarily because of that. Of course, there's a business portion to it as well, and that's where I need to be conscientious. Okay, when I talk about, when just I mentioned about ranking up and all this, I don't know whether I've declared to all of you here, but then to quite a number of people, I said already that my goal this year is to become SPD. Okay, it is really, there's no other way. Yeah, I do not give myself any other option. I'm all out because, and I learned this from well, it's an old saying, but then Esmond actually brought this up again. Yeah, where he said, "Go big or go home." Yeah. And this year, I think, I want to adopt this other motto, which I shared at our Low Hay. Yeah. This is a year where there should be no limits. Okay. No limits at all. Okay. We are the ones who put the limitations in front of us. Actually, if we adopt a mindset that there's no limits, guess what? There will be no limits. Yeah. So in order to be serious, okay, I hope you can answer this question. Okay, we need to mute the person. Yeah. What would make 2024 truly remarkable for me at Lifewave? Okay, so each one of us, we have our own journey. But and as I shared with somebody in Johor Bahru, in Johor Bahru, okay, the importance of goals. Because if we don't have a target, if we don't have a goal, same time next year, you and I will be talking about the same thing. Everybody's in the same position, status quo. And in life, there is no such thing as status quo. It's either you progress or you will regress. Running on a treadmill gets you nowhere. Okay, running on a mill, by the way, makes you a rat. So I don't want to be a rat also. I want to make sure I'm running on a real road and that I'm progressing and that I'm not regressing at all. That is the reality of life, unfortunately. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Okay, so we mentioned already about the maintenance, the importance, ranking up. We need, to put in a lot of time, effort in developing ourselves, our leadership skills, our commitment, our dedication. Yeah. It takes time, it takes effort. We need that devotion if we want to make something out of what we are doing right now at Lifewave. Okay. Is it going to be hard work? Yeah, we better be prepared for hard work. Okay. Probably last year, my wife said, I worked harder than I've ever worked in the last 8 years. Okay. But the difference is this, I enjoyed it. Okay. Because my goals are very simple. My goals is I want, to be patching, as many people as possible. I want to see, the results on other people. And then after that, I want to make sure, that I get somewhere in my life professionally because, my responsibilities have increased with many more people joining the team. Okay. But over a period of time, if you look at some of the SPDs, they are actually at the third or the fourth quadrant right now, where it is optional. If they're working hard, it's because they want to, but they're already earning so much money. Okay. That's what we want. We want choices. We want options. But in order for us to get there, we need to put in the hard work first. Okay. So how to build, the strong and sustainable Lifeway business? Yeah. Mindset, very important. Okay. Attitude, it is extremely important. I read somewhere where they say the only disability in life is a bad attitude. Yeah. And I think, that's true. And nothing can stop a person who has the right attitude, but at the same time, nothing can help that person if the person has the wrong attitude. Okay. So how we think about things, the perspective that we adopt, we can say, in the same situation, this is impossible, or we can say, this is possible. It's a matter of perspective and attitude. If we think, that something is possible, we will make it possible. But the moment we put the roadblocks in front of us, guess what we will see? We will only see the roadblocks. Okay. Be coachable. Okay. All of us, even though, we could be 50, 60 years old and come from, very high level corporate jobs or, been in other network marketing companies where we were very, very senior. But guess what? Every company is different. Okay. Every culture is different. This is one culture, that I find extremely comfortable because we have genuine, authentic people here who truly respect and truly want to help people. And at the same time, to be able to make good money while doing this. Okay. So we can leverage on so many things. We can leverage on the leaders, learn to leverage on the leaders. Yeah. So when I talk about leaders, it is any of the leaders, not only say within Live Well Group. It could be James, it could be Janet, it could be Lawrence, it could be any other leaders here who's willing to actually lend a hand and to help you on your journey. Yeah. Thank you, Desmond. Yes, see you at the top too, man. Okay, and then we need also to be very clear, okay, about our core values. The reason why I'm here today and working so happily, even though there's so many things that still needs to be done, and really, the things that we're going to put in place this year is going to be, it's going to surprise some of you. Yeah. It is the core values that we share. Like David Schmidt, for instance, he's a very genuine person. Yeah, he's not about, you know, expensive cars, big houses. We've seen enough of that already. Okay. What we want, is somebody who's very sincere, right? And because he's sincere, we have reached an age right now. Okay. It's just like the product, right? Where the momentum, the timing is everything. Frankly speaking, there are many people out there who's actually sick, of all the bright lights, the Rolls Royces, the bungalows, the showing off of all kinds of branded stuff. There are many people who are very tired of that, including myself. Okay. Then we need to focus on Lifewave. Okay. If we really want to make something out of Lifewave, we need to be focused. For that matter, it can be anything in life. It is not only Lifewave, right? It is literally anything in life. We want to make something out of it. We want to succeed. We want to make sure that we get on top of things. We don't get distracted by others. Okay. So why is Lifewave, such I consider a 5-star opportunity, and why this is a wave, that we need to ride on? Because literally 5 years already in SG, but then in terms of exposure, only about 2.2 years. Current leaders, okay, we've only got James. That's the original Dr. Daniel. From what I understand, he's no longer doing this. Okay, he has totally given up on Lifewave already. Then we have Guan Chun, we have Johnson, we have Nicky Chen, Ronald Lee, Jin Long. Okay, but James is still the biggest with about 14,000 users. Okay, but how many people do we have here? We have 5 million people. We have products and technology that covers the entire demographics. Okay, with a retention rate of about 70%, highest in the world also, is what we are experiencing in SG and MY, which means, that we're doing the right thing. Okay, so we can also get a closing rate of 50%. Now, actually, who wants to, who here is closing 50%? Anyone? If you are, can you put 111 in the chat? Anybody? Yeah, that means 2 people you speak to, you close one. Anyone? Noah. Okay, I tell you, it's very possible. Okay, but this is a conversation for another time. There are few things that if you do it correctly, your closing rate could be 50% or even higher. Okay, so I put it to the test, by the way. That's why I can boldly say this. Yeah, but that is for another time where we have that sharing session. I will share that with you. Okay, so we are in a situation here where people are wary and tired, of oral consumables. We are considered a novelty because of the things that we can do with just one patch. And by the way, there are a lot of people who are skeptics out there, which is fine. Yeah. In fact, if we can convert those skeptics, these are your true blue champions out of that. So when we are faced with a challenge, don't shirk away. Okay. In fact, look forward to that challenge, because if you are able to convert that one challenge, that very skeptic person, my God, I tell you, that could be your business builder. Yeah. People like to see doctors, celebrities, want assurance they're safe. This is what we have. People buy into results, which our product, our technology is able to do. Of course, not 100% of the time instant, but at least, the 80%, right? 80%, which is already amazing. Okay. Plus the fact, that I think you've seen this before. It is really perfect timing. Okay. It's a God-given opportunity. In fact, I wouldn't say that this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I say that this is an opportunity of 2 lifetimes. How many companies or businesses you can find out there that is so established with 20 years of history, and yet in this part of the world and in Singapore, it is still so new. Okay, so timing is everything. Okay, South Korea right now is on stream already. It's going to take off like a rocket. But then in Singapore, don't need to look so far. Even in Singapore, I mean, at the most we have like 25,000 people. Okay, but having said that, have you also noticed? I don't know how many of you. Maybe you can tell me, have you noticed? There are patches actually on the floor. Sometimes, on the playground, or have you noticed? Anyone noticed? If you have, type 444 for me. Okay, because I've noticed more. Yeah, right now I go to the coffee shop, and then I have the tea ladies there, right? Those who serve coffee, look at me and they say, "Hey, 我的朋友也是有贴啦." All of a sudden there are more people knowing about this, right? So it is gaining a lot of momentum. It is really becoming viral. Yeah. So it's either, okay, that market belongs to me, to us, or it belongs to somebody else. There is no two ways about it, right? It's either us or it's somebody else. That's why when it comes to the Malay market, we are also starting our BOP because I feel in some ways offended by the fact, that we have a Malay community here in our background, and yet, we have our neighbors here coming, to sign them up. Yeah. To me, it's not acceptable. I mean, it's not like, our country is so big, that we cannot reach out to so many of the Malay community. Yeah. So that is just unacceptable to me. So that's why we drove, okay, the initiative to ensure that we are starting, the Malay BOP. Okay. Okay, and then we have all this to be proud of. Very recently, 4 years of consecutive growth, that the companies are, and we are part of it. There are thousands, of companies out there, MLM companies, network marketing companies, but only 22 that have been consistently growing, making profits, growing profits for the last 4 years. Okay, and one of them is actually Lifewave. Isn't that amazing? Plus the fact, okay, and right now, we are number one, in the business for home momentum ranking. As I say here, momentum is the holy grail of direct selling companies. Okay. So really, we are, from a timing perspective, there is no other way to look at it. We are going to succeed, but a company will succeed whether with us or not. I would prefer to be with the company when it's succeeding because I want to be part of that success. And I hope that everyone here also will want the same thing. And positioning is key. Yeah. Right now, 20 over 1,000 people, we are on board. We are considered already to be the pioneer group. For those people, who join later, there are opportunities. Of course, there will always be, but they won't be on top like us. They will be at the bottom. So the more people that we can get in 2024, the bigger favor we are actually doing to them because, they are right at the top. Okay. So with that, thank you. Now, I'm going to open the floor to questions. Anything that you would like to ask, please feel free. Feel free to ask away. Questions, clarification. Anybody still got question on maintenance or not? Comments. Yeah. Okay. Now, I want to see show of hands here, or not show of hands, but then, 888. Now, those people who think that with this presentation, you are slightly better equipped to go out there and share even wider. Okay. So just give me a indication. Yeah. 888, type it in a chat group. Yeah. So do you think this is useful? This is, by the way, recorded. Yeah. Okay. Somebody, okay. Yeah. I forgot about that. Somebody just reminded me about wait, hold on. Okay. So the question of package now. Okay, so let's should we sell diamond package? Yeah, so that's the first question. Stella, I will send these slides and the recording. I will send I'll send the recording into our chat group. Okay. And then for the slides, I will make it available as well in PowerPoint. Okay. Now, should we sell? Should we push? Should we push for diamond? Okay, so I actually don't push very much for diamond. Most of the time, I pitch for gold. Okay, now who here wants to know how? Because silver or gold. When I meet somebody who's willing to buy, Most of the time, I would say probably 50% of the time, I'm able to close, no, sorry, yeah, 60% of the time, I'm able to close silver. About 30-40% of the time, I'm able to close gold. Yeah. Anybody want to know how best to do this? If you want, please, 111. Yeah, then I'll go to the diamond. Yeah. Okay. Now, while there are different methods to it, yeah, how I can consistently close silver and gold is my starting point is always, and I think Kenneth, we had a conversation about this, so you may want to share also later on how you actually do this, okay, how you can close, and I think you're very successful also in closing silver and gold. Now, the approach I always use is always telling them about, because cost is one thing that comes to mind, right? So they will ask, how much is it and all this. And the moment, we just say like, $100 is like, wow, very expensive. Yeah. But cost is something that is relative. It is not static. That means, when they ask you a cost, they are comparing with another thing already. Most likely, they're comparing probably with the koyok that they can find, like Salon Pass and all this in the Guardian pharmacies. Okay. Which is the wrong comparison. It's not apple to apple already, right? Yeah. So usually I would, and in my presentation also, I would have mentioned already about stem cell therapy and how much stem cell therapy costs. Okay. And then after that, I would tell them, I would ask them, like I said, hey, now if you, okay, how would I say it? I said, yes. Our science, firstly, has shown that if you use for 6 months or more, that is where the age reversal, the organ's age can reverse, by up to 8.5 years. So that is in our clinical data. Okay. So of course, that is to interest them, to go for that 6 months or more. And then after that, I follow up with a question to say, okay, so in the back of your mind, sir, you could be thinking, wow, 6 months, that's a long time to use. So I say, okay. So now if I tell you that you can patch for 6 months and every day patching, just our stem cell therapy, stem cell patch, stem cell activation patch. So every day patching for the 12 hours, okay, for 6 months. And it still costs you less than $1,000. Yeah. How do you feel about that? Most of the time, at least 99%, they'll say, huh? That's all it costs. Okay. So I already set the stage, okay, for them, to think, oh, okay, yeah, not so bad. Oh, right, okay. So spending that 600, maybe even 1,000, US dollars is still okay. Yeah. And then the next thing I say to them is this. So 6 months, is already the clinical data. Yeah. I wait for them, I pause. And sometimes they'll just say, yeah, okay, let's just go for the 6 months. So if they go for the 6 months, it means, that it is definitely a goal already, right? Yeah, maybe even higher, correct? Yeah. So for those who are slightly hesitating, then I say, okay, can I suggest this? Yeah, perhaps, 6 months seems to be a little bit far away. Can we do this, on a 3 months basis? Yeah. So 3 months means what? Okay, what do we recommend? We recommend X39 and Aeon, right? Yeah. So 2 X39, 2 Aeon already gets you a silver, correct? If they need something else, let's say, they have pain, they have acid reflux or whatever, I'm going to throw in some other things. Then the 3 months could actually result in a gold also. But at least, I'm going to get a silver. Yeah. Okay. So that's my method of ensuring, that I have, at least that 60-70% silver, 30-40, even 50% gold, depending. Yeah. Kenneth, where are you? Are you still with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, the man in the motorbike. Okay. Kenneth, you want to share how you actually close your silver and gold?
I think there's no hard and fast rule, right? The rule of sales, we always sell based on the customer's needs or whoever we are talking to, right? So as much as everybody wants to buy cheap stuff and they don't want to spend too much money, but it's impossible to say what's the best deal yeah, I mean, imagine you're talking to a dato and you offer him a bronze package or a silver package, doesn't come out very right or very nice, right? So the fact of the matter is that diamond packages per patch price is the cheapest, but not everybody can, sad to say, especially current market sentiments, not everybody can afford a diamond package immediately. Right? Or some people, they are more skeptical. They maybe they don't really want to come out so much money for a diamond package. So I think we spoke about this. If the person cannot see the what you call that, the value of X39, then even if it costs $5, they're not going to pay for it.
Yeah.
Right. So if you've done your presentation right, and if they really see the value and how X39 works, no problems buying diamond package, but I tend to prefer to push either silver or gold. So silver, I will always sell X39 first. Okay, I'll talk about X39, how good it is, and then X39 in the day, Aeon at night. Right. So from we'll sound them out and affordability wise, are they okay with silver, gold? If they're okay, I'll push for silver or gold, and then 1 month later they can upgrade. And it'll sort of help in the maintenance as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So if they insist they really want a diamond, I'm not going to stop them. I'd be offensive to stop them.
Yeah. Agree. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And I remember also some you shared if somebody only wants to buy a bronze, but because you already mentioned to them about X39 and Aeon.
Oh yeah, that's right. So because I always talk about I mean, everybody use X39 a day and recommended Aeon is recommended to use Aeon at night, right? So when I talk about that, and then you talk about bronze, because bronze, the price is really attractive, right? So when you bring out the bronze and people realize that, oh, it is really affordable, but then bronze does not come with Aeon patches. Right, if I'm not wrong, bronze only come with one strip of
X39. Yeah.
Then when you show the silver package and you compare the difference, it's quite natural that potential not client but the person that you're talking to, they will almost just sign up with silver instead of bronze.
Yeah. Correct. Absolutely right. Yeah. So if you look at it, there are different approaches to it. Yeah. So how else, do I mean, okay, sorry, just based on what you said, so somebody who says wants bronze, but because, we've already mentioned, so the key here is this, always mention X39 Aeon, right? So X39 Aeon, and then after that, why X39? And then we know when it comes to the cost area, you make sure that you get that person to compare apple to apple. So all that thing is by design. Yeah. Then you get people to go the direction, go the path that you want to go, rather than leave them on to their own devices. So sometimes, yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So the word I always use is this. I try not to manage objections. I try to how do you say, to preempt objection. So, I am the ones, who actually give that information up first, because there's a very, very good chance, at least a 70 to 80% chance, that they have this at the back of their mind anyway. They're going to ask it anyway. So I might as well, just give it to them first, to the point, that at the end of it, they say, okay, since all my questions, while they have not even asked, but it has already been answered, then I might as well. So there's always a standard method in which the mind works, when it comes to these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that being said, right, there are also people who will rather just buy diamond because it is cheaper per price per pack.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So based on that, now we talk about a diamond. Okay. So we are going to close with this. I'm just conscious of the fact that it's already 9:30. Now, diamond to me, sometimes is a double-edged sword. Yeah, because diamond has a lot of patches. While it gives you the 2 months of free maintenance, but then if one person is using wow, that's a good chance, that 3 months, 4 months, even 5 months, that person won't be able to finish. Okay, so we have to be conscious of that. So when do I push for a diamond? Usually I will push for a diamond only because I say, hey, okay, wait, besides, you say you want to buy a diamond, but is it only for you, or, can I recommend that you and your family use this? Yeah, and then we go through, what the family's needs are. Okay, so thank you, Kenneth, for sharing, the needs aspect of it comes first. We have to understand the needs. Okay, anyone who tells you, that to learn the skills where you can sell ice to an Eskimo is total rubbish. Okay, no Eskimo will buy ice on. Yeah, so don't listen to when people give you that kind of sales talk. So if you understand the needs and you put yourself as a consultant, not a salesperson, okay, and that's where you are asking the questions, you will be seen to be the expert already. It's always like that. Yeah. It's just like the person standing upstage. It is the same thing. Just because the person is upstage, the person is given the perceived authority. So the person who asked the question is given that perceived authority. Okay? Ken? Okay, any last questions before we close off today's? Well, I did tell you that today is going to be slightly different, right? Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, so if you don't want to ask, you can type on the chat besides, if you don't want to open up your mic. Anyone? Okay, I'm going to count to 3. If I don't see anybody typing, then we're going to close this call. Yeah. Okay, so I hope that you have benefited. So can you, if you have benefited from this, yeah, can you just, put in for me, 999? It's probably not not the best set of numbers, but what the hell. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm going to end the call now. I really thank you for all of you, for staying right through to the end. Yeah. It's been 1.5 hours of you listening to me. It's not easy also. Okay. So I'm going to make this recording available so that you can listen to this again, and you will hear from us, when we're going to have the next session. And the other initiatives that we are going to be launching as well. Okay. So with that, thank you everyone again. Have a great evening. And oh yes, one more thing. Since all of you are here, okay, I'm just going to mention this now. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording. Then I mention it. Hold on.